Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about money making tips, part 12. Let's get started. I'm going to go over 5 of them today. I'm really enjoying these series, and I know you may not use all these tips, but hopefully some of these tips can be helpful, and they're great reminders for me. Let me start with number 1. This is a question that I think would be great for all of us to ask ourselves. Some of you are better at this than others. I know that I can always use improvement. Number 1. Ask yourself, what is something you tend to waste or you end up throwing away, or it goes bad quickly? It could be a food item, it may not be a food item, but for me it may be produce. Now I've gotten so much better. For example, when I used to buy a bag of apples or a great big bag of oranges, it didn't all get used. So now I'm buying less of them. Think about what you sometimes waste or does not get used in your house, and figure out a plan that works for you so that you can waste it less. That's number 1. Number 2, create a budget for stockpiling. And you can stockpile for what works for your family. And it can be any item, whether it's food, medicine, clothing, shoes. I mean, even shoes. I know that sounds silly to say shoes. For example, you may have a certain brand of shoes you love, and just only this brand that you really like and it's hard to find. Well, maybe when you buy that brand, as long as your feet don't change size, maybe you could buy 2 or 3 pairs so that you have them for a while. It could be stockpiling anything. So maybe have a budget each month, whether it's $20 a month, $30, that you have for stockpiling items that you go through quickly. Number 4, and this is something that we do a lot. My daughter and I are constantly doing an inventory. I would say twice a week we do this. I know it seems overkill, but you know what? It really keeps us on top of making sure that we don't have anything that's getting really old. I'm really working on using everything we have. Rotating pantry, refrigerator, and freezer. I do that at least twice a week, and that is really helpful, and so that we make sure to use all of our items up, and we take notice of what else we need so we're not making multiple trips to the store. Number 5, and we've mentioned this one, watch stockpiling videos. There's so many great people out there. There's people that are preppers, and they go above and beyond, and many are, having a 3-year or 1-year food supply, and you can learn how to go about stockpiling like that. I don't have as much knowledge on that, but there's so many fantastic channels out there, like Prepper Princess, for example, that can teach you about how to really prepare. I saw Living on a Dime to Grow Rich recently did a video on it about, how you can do this on a budget and how you can prepare food, just your basic food needs for a year. I thought it was really good. And how to store it so that it stays, where it doesn't get bugs. And I thought it was great. So watch videos to educate yourself on how to keep a stockpile of food. And the big tip in here, and I'm not sure which one this belongs to, but I'll just say this. I know many times people will tell you to stockpile beans, rice, pasta. Not that all those foods aren't fabulous. I know that they're inexpensive foods and you can buy them on a budget, but I've seen folks that don't eat certain foods. For example, I have a friend of mine that told me for health reasons she does not eat beans and rice. Well, she would not want to purchase a year's supply of beans and rice because they would not end up getting used in her household. So if we're going to stockpile, we want to make sure it's items that are going to fit with your family. So basically, we need to stockpile either on a small basis or a larger basis, whichever works for our space and our budget, something that works for you and your budget. That's all for now. I hope this helped. If you have any tips on stockpiling, please leave them below in the comments. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.